Hey there, DIYers! Today we're tackling ducted split systems. These systems are great for keeping your entire house comfortable. They use two main parts, an indoor unit and an outdoor unit. We gotta install them right though. A bad installation can lead to poor performance, high energy bills, and even safety hazards. We don't want that. This guide will walk you through the process step by step. Remember, I'm here to help you get your hands dirty and get the job done right. This guide is for informational purposes only. It's always best to consult a qualified HVAC technician for complex installations or if you're unsure about any aspect of the process. Safety first, folks! Before we even think about touching a screwdriver, we need a plan. First, check if you need any permits for this kind of work. Rules vary depending on where you live. Next, let's talk location. The indoor unit needs to be centrally located for good airflow. The outdoor unit needs good clearance and ventilation. Now, gather your tools. You'll need basic hand tools like screwdrivers, wrenches, and a level. You'll also need specialized tools for HVAC work, like a manifold gauge set and a vacuum pump. Don't forget safety gear. Safety glasses, gloves, and a dust mask are a must. Safety is no joke, folks. Before you do anything, turn off the power to the area where you're working. Double check that it's off. Next, suit up. Put on your safety glasses, gloves, and dust mask. Ventilation is key when working with refrigerants. Make sure the area is well ventilated. If you're working in a confined space, use a fan to circulate the air. Remember, safety first. It's better to be safe than sorry. All right, let's get our hands dirty. First up, the indoor unit. This bad boy houses the evaporator coil and blower fan. You'll need to find a sturdy wall stud to mount the bracket. Use a stud finder to locate it. Once you've found it, use a level to make sure the bracket is straight. Now, carefully lift the indoor unit onto the bracket. Make sure it's securely attached. Connect the control wiring according to the manufacturer's instructions. Don't forget to label the wires. This will make your life easier later on. Section 5. Ductwork detour. Connecting the system's veins. Ductwork is like the veins of your system, carrying conditioned air throughout your house. It's important to plan the ductwork route carefully. You want to minimize bends and turns to reduce air resistance. Use a duct calculator to determine the correct size ductwork for your system. Connect the ductwork to the indoor unit and seal all connections with foil tape. Don't use duct tape. It dries out and loses its adhesion over time. Insulate the ductwork to prevent condensation and energy loss. Use R-value insulation that meets local building codes. Section 6. Outdoor operations. Mounting the muscle. Now, let's move outside and tackle the outdoor unit. This is the heart of your system, housing the compressor and condenser coil. Choose a level, solid surface for the unit. You might need a concrete pad or a mounting bracket depending on your setup. Secure the outdoor unit to the pad or bracket using bolts and washers. Make sure it's level and stable. Connect the condensate drain line to the unit. This will carry away any condensation from the system. Section 7. Connecting the lifeblood, refrigerant lines. The refrigerant lines are the arteries of your system, carrying refrigerant between the indoor and outdoor units. This is where it gets a bit tricky. You'll need specialized tools and knowledge to handle refrigerant safely. If you're not comfortable with this step, call a qualified HVAC technician. Carefully connect the refrigerant lines to the indoor and outdoor units using flare fittings. Tighten the fittings securely to prevent leaks. Use a torque wrench to ensure the correct tightness. Once the lines are connected, it's time to evacuate the system. This removes air and moisture from the lines. Section 8. Powering up. Getting your system juiced. With the refrigerant lines connected and evacuated, it's time to connect the electrical. This includes wiring the indoor and outdoor units and connecting the system to the power supply. Again, if you're not comfortable working with electricity, call a qualified electrician. Follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully when making electrical connections. Use wire strippers to strip the insulation from the wires. Connect the wires to the appropriate terminals and secure them with wire nuts. Once the wiring is complete, double-check all connections before turning on the power. Section 9. Testing, making sure it works. Alright, moment of truth. Turn on the power to the system and let's see if it works. Start by checking for leaks in the refrigerant lines. Use a leak detector or soapy water to check for bubbles. If you find a leak, turn off the system and repair it before proceeding. Next, check the operation of the system. Make sure the thermostat is working and the system is cooling or heating properly. Check the airflow at the vents. Verify that the controls are functioning correctly. Make any necessary adjustments to the system settings. Section 10. Buttoning it up. Cleanup and paperwork. Congratulations, you did it. You've successfully installed your ducted split system. Now, let's button things up. Clean up the work area and dispose of any debris properly. Collect all your tools and store them safely. Don't forget to recycle any leftover materials. Finally, gather all the documentation for the system, including the installation manual, warranty information, and any permits you obtained. Keep these documents in a safe place for future reference. Conduct a final inspection of the system to ensure everything is working properly and there are no hazards. Enjoy your new, efficient, and comfortable home.